this case, I'm going to create a new client, and this will be a prospect to start with. So we've got ourselves a company. Now, this is all I know about this entity at this stage, and I know that I've got James, who will be our contact for this entity. Now, James is the signatory and billing contact, and also the director of this entity. So we'll save James in there, and then we'll also modify our client groups, because we've got the bond group, and James is associated with the bond group with these test entities. So I'm going to modify the group to include company ABC. So that's ABC Blinds. So I'm putting it in the same group. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out a proposal to company ABC or ABC Blinds. So I've named this test ABC, and I'm using my general proposal email. I've obviously spoken to the client about this coming to them. I'm going to build this through Axiom, and I'll just use my test service, and I'll modify this slightly. I like to keep my test values separate so I can follow them going through the system. And what I'll do is I'll build this after. So this will be billed. So there's two ways to do this: after signing the contract or after completion. We'll do this on completion. This will just be our once-off proposal. So if we want to see what this is going to look like, it will be for the ABC, and it will pick up. It'll pick up the scope for the tax return, because the scope on the test service is a tax return scope. So that's headed out to the client. Let's have a look and see from the client point of view. That's come straight in. So, okay, no, this is not the one. Here it is. Please scroll down and view the proposal details. So now I'm the client. So to resend that, and get it the first time. So the client can have a look at the service, and also this is the description of the service up there. That's all I really had for the test service, and whatever scope was associated with it. Now for the billing, I'm going to use my bank. And I'm going to consent, of course, go to the agreement. So this is going to be by direct debit. Client needs to scroll to the bottom and sign. So it'll take a couple of seconds to render the string. And then back over here, what you'll notice is that the countersign will fail, because this is where you will need to take over and manually control this set of the process. So when you sign here, because this new company is not in QuickBooks, you're going to need to look for it. So you can see it gives you a suggestion of the entity that it might be, company ABC. So ABC, but in my QuickBooks, I don't have it, so I need to add it now. This is all the info I've got. Of course, probably should have filled in more details for that company initially. But now you can see the contract is now updated and the signing is taking place, because the signing can't take place without that client being in QuickBooks for this full flow to work when you're using the option to generate the invoice and collect the money through Stripe, through QuickBooks.